Today on Steve Rob Reviews, I'm going to show you how I change my power steering fluid. Now, I'm not doing a flush, I'm just servicing it, and this is how I've been doing it on my 2010 F150. I believe 2011 they went with electric power steering racks, so this is only prior to 2011. And this would pretty much apply to every vehicle that has a power steering reservoir, like I'm going to show you here in a minute. And I've been doing this every spring and every fall. And what do I use to change my power steering fluid with? Well, I use this vacuum system here, and it's just terrific. I use this on my transmission as well. I'll put a link down below if you'd like to see how to change your transmission fluid on an F150. But today, I'm going to be using this. But you don't have to use this on your power steering. For a long time before I bought this pump, I use these guys. Yeah, turkey basters. They're very cheap. All you do, put it in, suck it out, and that's it. But what do I use for fluid? Well, I only like to use the factory fill fluid. That way there's no guessing. You don't have to actually know what the right fluid is. You go to your dealer, you get the right fluid. So I first started off with a case of this when I bought the truck, and this is my last bottle, and I have a case of the transmission fluid, which is compatible with the power steering fluid. So this supersedes this one here. This is what I've been told at my Ford dealer. So, and this is quite a bit more expensive. You can still use this one if you want, but I didn't want to buy another case or just buy more. I'm just going to use this, and that'll be fine. And they're interchangeable. Apparently you can mix them and that kind of stuff. Check for yourself. All I did was ask the parts guy at the Ford desk, and I trust my Ford parts guy. So let's get to it. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to do. And like I say, I do this every spring and every fall. And it takes roughly, on my truck, a quart or a liter, something like that. It's not hard to do, very easy for you to do, and if you had to pay somebody to do this, guess what? You'll probably afford to buy one of these right off the bat. So let's get to it right now. Well, I got you zoomed in there pretty good. Let's just do this in real time. Just so easy to take the lid off, and you can see down here the level in between the two fill marks there. And we'll just start siphoning this out. And you'll see that it doesn't take a lot of time, and it's very easy to do. And of course, it's cold here today, and it's not coming out as easy as it should, but you know what? I think at the most, we're going to use about a minute's worth of time here, and that's how easy it is. Now, when you think about it, you go to a shop, and yeah, they might recommend to do a flush if it's never been done before. But for me, the total capacity on this power steering unit is really not that much. And by me doing it twice a year, I've been doing this kind of stuff with my vehicles ever since I've been driving, and I've never had a problem. I find maintenance, preventive maintenance, is probably the easiest thing you do to prevent breakdowns. And I think we're almost done there. But yeah, it's that easy. And you can go in there with a turkey baster. You could see how, you know, this is plenty big enough to go in there with a turkey baster. And what's a turkey baster at the dollar store? You know, very cheap. So I'm just going to wait till this is finished here. And in the summertime, this would probably draw down a lot faster than what it's doing right now. And I can hear it starting to suck air now. And I think that's pretty well it. So I mean, you spend yourself 5 minutes of your own time, and I don't know how much they charge at a store to, you know, a shop to get this done. There you go now. There's nothing in there now. You can hear it all. Hope you can hear that. It's all pretty well sucked out. There we go. And it's as easy as just getting the fluid. And I'll just use up the Mercuron 5 And let's just bring her right up there. You don't have to bleed the system. There's no air in your system, nothing like that. There you go now, she's coming up. I'll bring her right to the top. There you go. How easy is that? Now, was that pretty easy or what? You could have done that with the turkey baster, or like you say, you can use the vacuum pump itself. This is not a replacement for a power steering flush, but in my mind, I'm thinking if you were to do this a couple of times, I could see a huge benefit in it. A lot of people aren't prepared to take all the lines off and do a flush. And you know what? The power steering fluid is probably one of the fluids that's most neglected, same as the transmission fluid. Like I say, I'll put a link down below if you want to see how to do your transmission fluid as well. So thanks for joining me here today. If you haven't seen this channel before, you're welcome to subscribe. These guys take care. Come back again now, eh? Cheers!